Never a dull moment in Bitcoin Cash. So anyways, we are evolving at an ever exponential rate. So this is good news all the time. I can't believe it. One thing that I am passionate about, obviously for years, is the bits or Swiss bits or whatever your region likes to call it, bit cash, whatnot. And that is to make the user's experience much more simple. Is just the next phase. It's not as much mathematical, it's more economical psychology. There's a reason why. I mean, they've tried to sell life insurance, more accurately, death insurance, and it just doesn't sell, no matter how much more accurate it is. Certain things work and certain things don't work. With all stocks, this is well known. They all traditionally, when they hit $100, they'll do a 2-for-1. So you have 2-for-1 or 10-for-1 split. It doesn't change the math at all. So I understand it doesn't change the math. All it does is reverse the process where everybody can purchase a Swiss bit or a bit cash. Well, I don't know what part of the country you're from or world. I'm sorry, but this is something that all developers and wallets and exchanges, we desperately need to switch that. When you're talking to normal people, even somewhat schooled people, they are still clueless, and nobody wants to buy $1,000 Bitcoin or whatnot, and it's just not practical for us to try to teach them that it's the same thing. You don't order a pizza, grandma or mom, and they don't want to. How much is that pizza? It is 0.0333 or Bitcoin. It's much easier to keep things on a positive note. Pun. So this doesn't change the market share or the market cap or anything like that. It's just in the future, no one's going to own a whole Bitcoin. That's just not practical. And people would rather own $52 shares of a stock than one $100 stock, even though it's the same slice of the pie. You don't actually own anymore. It's just easier for the brain, for the average guy to go, pizza is 3,500 Swiss bits or bit cash or bits. This is something that is way past due. Now, when I say it won't change the market cap, it will have a dramatic change on market cap. Because when you do that, the effect is, hey, normal guy will say, yeah, I'll buy 20 of those. That'll get me, 6,000 Swiss bits. Instead of going, I can't buy a whole Bitcoin. That sucks. I'm out of this. Which they are not. You know that. I know that. But we're in the business as entrepreneurs to wake up in the morning and say, how can we make our customers' life better? How can we make our product easier to use? Not forcing them to learn our way, but simplicity. So standalone wallets, if you're a developer, there's not going to be any altcoins in the future. That's just the way life is. It's just going to be Bitcoin Cash, maybe a secondary one. When I'm transacting with China or different countries, we don't want to, do you take such and such a coin? That's just not how it's going to be. And 2018, we're going to get the old Bitcoin back. Bitcoin Cash is kicking ass on every front. It's there if you want to research it, but you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. There's multiple development teams working together, which is quite amazing because by nature, the downfall of entrepreneurs is they're very stubborn. I know most of the things I've done would not pass any boardroom. That's just a simple fact. So the hardest thing I found in my life is how to get someone's opinion and just not take it, just, without hurting their feelings or whatnot. It's wise to get 10 opinions, maybe you pick one, but you gotta tell the other 9, sorry, it's not gonna fly. That being said, I think it's very important for there not to be any monetary gain. No, there's got to be a lot of Bitcoin business built around, but you could stay out of a lot of trouble by not receiving or profiting on the Bitcoin Cash directly. I thought it was ingenious with the fork. The fork, I was very uncertain, and I thought it was above reproach to not make people pick one or the other. But literally, everybody got one of both, which made the math simple. The scarcity is the exact same, and now everybody's happy because they got a coin. You get one of both, and instead, the unthinkable. Legacy despises Bitcoin Cash, the original peer-to-peer. Even though we all agreed we're going to bank the unbanked, we're going to take the moral high ground. We're going to be able to transact with anyone across the globe, no matter the race, no matter their background, permissionless, and basically for free, the fees now on SegWit make the bankers look like saints. It's disgusting. I want nothing. Now the tip of the iceberg is just there to be seen to go, we are not with these other people. These are crazy. These are insane. There's been a series of choices. Every single one economically was wrong. It wasn't even a hard decision. It was like, we're the old Bitcoin. Here's your coins. Go away. It was right in the instructions, and I really want, I'll try to play a clip or something during the Nixon eras, Watergate and whatnot. And one of the tactics was confusion, and that's all I see is confusion. Honestly, we have, me and my wife put like the Bitcoin Cash, let's say a BS, but it's really Bitcoin bits or dollars, the little logo for that. And one guy followed us through the drive-through, some altcoin or some scam of some sort. And he looked at me, I talked to him the whole way through the drive-through. He's literally out the window. And he said, you know what, I'm not greedy. I just want to make like 32% a month. I'm like, okay. Honey, hit the gas. This is crazy. If you're a active trader, I want to be your broker, not your partner. That's what Buffett would say. I think it's funny, but insanity in the streets. Anyways, the second thing that is very tough to understand is retained earnings. Retained earnings is a very important attribute to help get users and to reward miners today for value tomorrow through efficient market theory. Basically what that means is all future value is reflected in today's prices. So miners would get that value today. One of the things I like to see done would be the fees. At any rate, I don't care what they are. But they would go into destroyed. So the headlines would be absolute deflationary. And you say, well, won't we run out of Bitcoin? It's like magic math. No, what would happen is that would be discounted to today's value, and it would be magic math, and the value per Bitcoin or per reward would magically go up. I know it's such a hard concept, and but it's a fact. Let's just skip that for now, because that probably doesn't make any sense. Investor versus speculator. People don't want instant returns. I don't know. I mean, would they take part in a toll bridge? I mean, they just, the Brooklyn, whatever. Here's your investment, build the bridge. I want payback the same day. I just don't. They need to be filtered out. These are the times where we have to make the tough decisions, and still kind of hold off on marketing just a little bit longer. We got to clean. People are being silly. Dumb money is everywhere. Remember, in a security or a stock or an investment, there's a huge chunk of the real investment, the value investors. And then on top of that, you have shorter term speculators, and then you just got speculators on top of that. I'm trying to make sure that I'm conveying that correctly. The speculators are the ones that drive the thing over and below. The only thing about it goes against efficient market theory, which makes it very profitable for old school buffetologists, value investors, long-term holders, is the human factor. When things are bad, we will magnify that. And the stock price will not reflect the true value. It will not discover the true value for a time. That's why I've always liked micro stocks, the ones less looked at. But that's both for upside and downside. But the good thing about the downside is you get shit done. This is the time where necessity is, it's the time to kick ass, and Bitcoin Cash is excelling at. I could not be happier. Over the last year, this madness, it's just so noisy. You got so many people that are not interested in the real goal of this, and good job, Bitcoin Cash. You saved the day. Man, working together. Oh, and the EDA, I can't believe it pulled it off like nothing. And NChain, Craig Wright, everybody is just kicking ass in the background. And it blows my mind. So, special thanks out to all the teams. Those of you that think there's still no teams, no devs, no working on Cash, spend 5 minutes. Those that are really out of touch and think that BTC is not totally dead, like I've said many times, just send your friend, relative, mother, brother, sister, $10 in Bitcoin, BTC, and then send it in Bitcoin Cash. The truth is, speculators, I mean, you feel bad, but they're going to bet their money no matter what. There's not much you can do other than just keep telling the truth, keep revealing it. So once again, anyways, I just drew this up here. Okay, this is like $1 million bill, right? Here's a dollar bill. $1,000 bills. Which would you rather have? The $1 million or the $1 million bill? Same thing. Okay, and then here you got a Swiss bit equals 1 Bitcoin Cash. Or 1 million Swiss bits. We got to start getting the lingo right. Hoarding is just savings. Don't let the narrative be the opposite. Anonymous means privacy. These are important words because people hear these in their derogatory framework. And death insurance versus life insurance. One sells, one does not. And now with A/B testing or AI or whatever, a computer might not be able to figure out you as an individual, but as a collective, it's unreal. I remember a Google beta testing where a lady had a successful pet app to meet at the park or whatnot. She made a beautiful website, and then with the A/B testing, they had a plain Jane website, and so you got to vote. And I voted for the nice looking website, and then they did the A/B testing, which is just every other one. Flip it and see the results. I was wrong. I'm saying, I can't even trust myself, my own brain. Simplicity wins, and all artificial intelligence is just to feed back the answers, the most likely event of attacks or whatnot. So that went off onto a subject. Anyways, good job, Bitcoin. And 2018, the world is going to change again. And I've devoted my life to the Bitcoin Cash now. No, that's it. It's 100%. And like when Warren Buffett hires someone and he has one question: are you a fanatic? That's it. So ask yourself that. And if you are, welcome. Good job, Bitcoin.